The company, and this is further evidence of what looks bad. The company in question is owned by JLP Member of Parliament Donovan Williams, the MP for Central Kingston, a man whose name may be familiar not just as MP, but as a company secretary linked to Estate Bridge, a company in turn linked to Prime Minister Andrew Holness that was under investigation by the Integrity Commission. Is Mr. Williams able to state, to answer these questions? Is Mr. Williams able to say his hands are clean? If that is the case, then he should present himself. There should be a release answering these questions. And as I said, the chips must fall where they may.
300% pay raise for MPs.
The truth is you get the quality of governance that you elect. And every government is afraid to touch it because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well because of that very reason.
Public work has been waiting years for theirs.
I mean, we've done our homework, so I don't know that these
you
salaries
don't want me to share with the public.
Put parliamentarians and ministers in Jamaica higher than any other country in the Caribbean
you're trying
region.
to stop me from sharing.
No, I'm not.
They say choose Jamaica, but it's clear they've been choosing themselves for nearly a decade. The PNP believes in a fair deal for our public sector workers. We choose you.
Donovan Williams, draw yourself to the front of the line. Mr. Donovan Williams, Feather Brother, draw yourself to the front of the line. Jamaican Labour Party Member of Parliament, Donovan Williams, draw yourself to the front of the line. People, it is now alleged that the $31 million jail that Christopher Tufton were bought, it is now bought from Donovan Williams, or a company that owned by Donovan Williams for $31 million. A jail that only cost maybe about $6 million were bought from Donovan Williams, allegedly people, a JLP Member of Parliament for $31 million. Now we see what really are going. Now we see why the jail so expensive. Because Andrew Holness business partner, the jail were bought from for $31 million. What a triangle. What a web. So, every move that this party make is to rob the Jamaican people. Now, why would you pay $31 million for a jail that is only $5 to $6 million? Why would you do so if it is not a scam? Now, you see why the jail is so expensive? Because it was allegedly bought from a JLP Member of Parliament, which is Donovan Williams. Andrew Holness, co-partner in Estate Bridge. I don't know Estate Bridge, because of the same Estate Bridge where the Integrity Commission bring Andrew Holness got court about. At the same Estate Bridge. Donovan Williams. Now, I want to see why the country can't come no better, because these people are digging out on the yai. You understand now? Now, remember, said the same Jamaican Labour Party did rent 2 buildings from some JLP member as well. One over St. Mary and one over Manchester for $400 million. So, this is one of the reasons why we don't need to get these people out of office. They are all criminals. They are all robbing the people of Jamaica. Just like how the Prime Minister can get up and give themselves a 300% pay increase and give his members as well. And have public sector workers a live off a hand to mouth. Can't even buy themselves one ladder, while them buy themselves the most expensive vehicle in the country and the most expensive house, while most public sector workers don't even live nowhere. They care about themselves, people. Them care about themselves. But bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody have been a blessed and a wonderful evening. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember, leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Alright? Make a run the intro and come back. We're so forward.
Morning, church. And I wish everyone a happy National Workers' Week and look forward to the Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and activities in due course. As Minister Granger said, I am under her control when it comes to these matters. Respect due to Bishop Bailey. What a wonderful facility you have here. Wonderful house of the Lord. All protocols having been observed on multiple occasions, I will get straight into the second reading. And the second reading is from the New Testament, the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 22, verses 34 through 40. And I'll be reading from the King James Version this morning. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, who was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. The word of the Lord.
Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers. Big up to all of my viewers. Big up to all of my subscribers. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, people, remember to like and share this video. Remember to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. Alright? So my viewers and my subscribers, yesterday was a march and protest against men who violate and abuse women and children. And trust me, people, it was such a successful day. And I think the message has went across the world. Now, we can help to spread this message to stop violence against women and children. I think men who abuse women and children, they're coward. And I'm going to say this again. They are coward. And that is why they're so strong against women and children. They're coward. Now the nurses and regular citizens of Jamaica take it to the street. Even politicians did out there a protest against these people that continue to abuse women and children. Now the latest abuse come from a businessman, Andrew Holness' friend, to be exact, that spit in a nurse's face because she late to go work and she blew him. Him block the road, pull her out of her vehicle, and stamp her face upon the ground while having gun point at her. It was a disgusting act. It was such a disgusting act. And I said this, the government of Jamaica don't want to give harsher punishment for men who abuse or unalive women and children because it's just the same thing as them. So him know say friend them stay that way, so he will never give harsher punishment to men who abuse and unalive women and children. And I have been calling for this harsher punishment for a while. But people, check out the scene.
No excuse for abuse. 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 End the violence! 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 Stop!
We're here with Mrs. Dawn Marie Richards, the President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica. Mrs. Richards, can you tell us what is happening today?
Today we are having a sensitization in relation to violence against women and children.
Have you spoken to Nurse Facey?
No, I have not.
But what is the sentiment across the Nurses Association at this time with what has happened to Nurse Facey?
What is the sentiment? The sentiment is one of disgust, one of annoyance, one of anxiety. You know, as I was saying earlier, the Nurses Association of Jamaica since 2015 have hosted what we call an Orange Day Walk, which is an international event held on the 25th of February every year. By right, we should be doing the sensitization at least once per month, which would be on the 25th. And there's a significance to that, international.
And I am standing up for her. I am her Esther today. I am standing up for her because she's not able to stand up for herself. Her voice alone will not be heard as loudly as these hundreds of voices. So we are here in solidarity to show support for her as nurses of all different ranks, to show her that we love her, that we support her, and that she has nothing to be embarrassed about. She has nothing to be ashamed about. He, the abuser, is the one who needs to be ashamed and embarrassed, not her. And we are standing up. This is zero tolerance, and we are standing behind her. We are standing with her, and we are standing for her. Zero tolerance.
Justice! 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 We want 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 justice! Stop the abuse! Stop the abuse! We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! Justice! No! Justice! 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 Enough! Is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is justice! 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 No! Justice! No! 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 Justice! Justice! No! 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 Justice! 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 No! End the violence! Break the silence! End the violence! End the violence! End the silence! Break the silence! End the violence! 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 No excuse for abuse! 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 No excuse for abuse!
solidarity with our colleagues, as was stated before, and also for the violence against children and women in general. You know, violence against children, violence against women, and it spreads wider. And if we don't put a stop to it, where will it end? You know, and I see some persons justifying on social media, asking questions about how did she get out of the car? Did she hit him first? There is no justification for what we saw in the video. Irrelevant. Yes, and bringing all type of politics and everything. We are not into any politics or anything. We are saying
credence to these kind of behavior.
Yes, this was horrific. It was heartbreaking. You don't do that to any human being, any woman plus a caregiver. We are the advocates of the society. We are looking out for the Jamaican as a whole to keep Jamaica healthy, and this is the reward we get. And this is just the breaking point, because we have faced many violence, and it's because we are women. I don't know if it's because we are women. Oftentimes it's not right. There is no outrage when they come to our workplaces and they abuse us. You know, and one day, 9-day wonder, they abuse us in public transport. They abuse us. Our workplaces, they abuse on the road, and this is just coming to a culmination. And if we don't say enough, what will be next?
And today we are out here in solidarity, in the support of our fellow colleague. We are here in our numbers. We have our Enroll, our Gina, our RNs and our midwives, and everybody, the wider Jamaica. We are together standing in solidarity for this nurse.
Now, in order for us to get justice against men who abuse women and children, we have to stick together. We have to stand in solidarity and fight against these animals that get up and raise their hands against women and children. Man were born to protect women and children, not to abuse them.
Justice! We want justice! 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 Oh, I have to say something. Too long Jamaica feel the same way. Alright, the minister was listen to me. Listen to me. We are here this morning, yes, to support the nurses. Of course. We are here to make a statement. We must end violence against women and our girls. And I want to tell you, this effort is about being united. It's not about JP, it's not about PNP. It's not about the color of your party. It's about one Jamaica. One Jamaica. And nobody must exploit the hardships that women are going through and the violence that that's being brought on us. We must speak with one voice.
Minister, what about the sex offenders registry? Do you have any statement about that?
What's your road? What's your road? Come on.
We're going to look into the act that governs the sexual registry, the sex offenders registry. I remember when we were debating in Parliament about the legislation, there were those advocates who said that we must protect the rights of the offenders, although they are offenders, and therefore the registry was not made public. It wasn't published in the newspaper. It wasn't published on radio. But the information can be accessed. But the ordinary woman and the little girl and the families do not understand the bureaucracy. They do not understand how to access these things. And so we have to make the information more available and more accessible to all. And so the Prime Minister has decided that he will treat with that question of the registry and make sure it's available to everyone. But today, I stand here with the Minister of Health
Today, I stand here with the Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security. Today, I stand here with representatives from the opposition. And I'm saying to you, it's not about politics. And no one must exploit the hardships that as women we are going through and the violence that we are facing. We must be at one. And today, we are here to show our support for the nurses and to show our support for women who are being abused and for girls who are being abused and who are being raped and who are being killed. That man who attacked that nurse, I call him abused. And he can be called many other names. And I know all the women here want to call him some other names, right? But suffice it to say, justice must be done. And I hope that at the end of it all, we will say,
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Break the silence! End the violence! Break the
unite as women and fight this scourge of violence against women. That's what we must do. And it has nothing to do with politics. No. We must unite it in one cause.
United in service!
United in service!
United in service! United in service! United in service!
Minister, what is your
United in service! United in service! United in service! United in service!
I'm saying, justice has no color. Minister, come go for
So Dr. Christopher Tufton were also on the scene as well. And then again, I was wondering why him out there. Because him support men that abuse women and children. So why play hypocrite and go join the crowd? Now, you may be wondering, what I'm talking about? Why may I say that? People, check this out.
If George Wright has made peace with his God, and those he has transgressed against, who are we to judge George Wright?
You listen to this, dog. You listen to this, Jamaica. Imagine Christopher Tufton left town, gone to Westmoreland, gone tell Westmoreland Central people them, say they must forgive and condone George Wright. The abuse. We saw the video. George Wright beat the woman with his stool. And here we have a government minister. I tell the people, them say they must condone that. Who are we to judge George Wright? And that him say, you know. But Jamaica, to show no the hypocrisy of the Jamaica Labour Party. Darnett Foster Allen, a woman, counsel for the Cornwall Mountain Division, she sat there and she said nothing as a woman. Silence mean consent. And you mean to tell me, Jamaica, that as a woman, a lone female counsel in the Jamaica Labour Party caucus down there in Westmoreland, she sat there and she was in agreement, all because it is what? Her JLP counterpart? Jamaica. Only no see Tufton come out, come and condemn the Labour right man. It is clear, see my Andrew Holness here, them my friend, we turn up in the nurse head this week and slam her body to the ground. So how Christopher Tufton come out and condemn this abuse, but at the same time I condone what George Wright do. Right is right and wrong is wrong, Jamaica. Both are abuse and they must be rejected totally. Jamaica, it is unacceptable. You come out and I tell the people them and I ask them, who are we to judge George Wright? After it is clear, George, in the video, they beat out the blouse and skirt out of the woman with a stool. And you can condone Robert Bell, a known Labour right activist, for standing up in the nurse head and I slam the woman to the ground and I condone that type of abuse, but at the same time, You want to tell people say they must forgive George Wright for beat the woman with a stool? Jamaica, this is unacceptable. It is unacceptable and we must reject the Jamaica Labour Party. Enough is enough. It may be long, but not too long now, Jamaica. It may be long, but not too long now, Jamaica. Enough is enough and we need to reject these people who are running the country under the banner of the Jamaica Labour Party. What a shame and disgrace.
I have been following the case, starting with a discussion with her husband shortly after the incident took place. Had a long talk with him and reassured him, having had discussions with the clinical team at UHWI, that Nurse Stacey, who was a worker at UHWI, would get the best possible care, and she has been. It's a very traumatic experience. She not only needs clinical support, but she needs psychological support, and that is ongoing. So I'm in touch with the family through her husband. But beyond that, the University Hospital West Indies nursing family and medical fraternity, healthcare workers, I think it was important to show my support to them because they themselves are traumatized. They know Nurse Stacey personally, and of course, nobody deserves it. So I'm here to give support and to reassure, and where action has to be taken, the legal system should take its course. The police have arrested the perpetrator, and we hope that justice will be served, not just for deserving punishment, but also for the symbolic message that it sends, that our healthcare workers are critical. The other important point that I want to make is that any Jamaican that is meted out will be unjust, but a nurse and a healthcare worker who is the foundation of our healthcare system, who has to traverse our streets day and night, 24 hours a day, because it's a full-time essential service, in uniform, so that she is recognized, should never have to suffer this. In fact, society really ought to protect our healthcare workers, because without them, our response to health and wellness doesn't take place. Yes. It is a big issue, and the Minister Babsy Grange is going to be here momentarily, and I'd recommend that he speak with her because she has been championing from a legislative perspective the laws about violence against women, and so she's on her way. But it is a big issue and it's something that we need to condemn. And again, when it occurs, the law needs to take its place.
You speak about the law. Are you thinking about anything legislative or policy-wise?
I'm going to allow Minister Grange to give you that discussion. But yes, absolutely. There are measures that are being taken and have been taken, and measures that are currently in the pipeline about strengthening the laws to respond to any threat or indeed any action taken out against any person, but certainly violence against women.
Stop it, no! Stop it, no! Stop the violence! Stop it, no! Call her by her name! Anissa! Call her by her name! Anissa! Stop the violence! Stop it, no! Stop the violence! Stop it, no! 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 Stop it, no!
So the concept of servant leadership is very important in this president. We are training future leaders, and today I think you as president can be very proud of your students who have taken this initiative to say to the Jamaican people, end the violence against our people now. End the violence against women, end the violence against kids, end the violence against the elderly. Simply put, end the violence now. We are tired of it in Jamaica, and we must do something about it.
My name is Andrew Sadalan, aka Popcorn. I'm the boss. Whichever name you choose. But this morning we fought for raise awareness on something while we're in Jamaica from all the way. You know, I don't really like it. I don't like the direction that enough things are going against me. And especially about the raping and everything, them and all that. rape 9-year-old girl and kill her and everything. You know, you feel like we should pay more attention to these things, you know. Like, we should have more dialogue with each other in the community then, so we can protect the kids them more, you know, and, even the adult them, because you see a man walk in a nurse head and then something like, me go apply for license gun, then I give me a license gun. I may own so much property at Jamaica, but them so-called upstanding citizens where them have a tapping a nurse head, a walking a nurse head, and a abuse a nurse way, is also here to look after the people and the kids them, you know. So just I'm not gonna notice the nation, the need for be more serious about them situation and eradicate these rapers where in our society and in our surrounding, you know, like pestilence.
Try to go right, he swerved right. I tried to go left, he swerved left. That went on for about 3 different attempts to go around him. Eventually, I went around him on the other side of the road to get away from him. I drove, and when I got to Stella Maris, I realized it was still behind me. I called 119 at the time. 119 was on the phone with me, and I got into Grant's Pen where we had a red light. The man came out of his vehicle with a gun in his hand and a hot coffee cup, and he used that hot coffee mug and beat down my window. The man beat that window down. The police was still on the phone, on the Bluetooth, so he could hear what was going on. The recount I'm giving you sounds eerily similar. The light went green, and I went onto Upper Waterloo where there was a patrol car on the side of the road, and I pulled in behind the patrol car, and he sped around. The policeman on the phone said to me, drive him down and get his license plate. Well, at that point, sir, I was so traumatized. I said, no, sir, because I value my life more than his license number. And I called the Crime Stop myself a few days later, and I had nothing to give, okay? But the person said to me, they will return to that same area. They will return to that same area. And, sir, it is so similar. It is so similar. A white, one of those, and the Benz is souped up. You know, when Jamaicans said a car soup up, it was a muffler that made a lot of noise as he was